Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbe with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And you're going to hear from Robbe there. It sounded a little low energy. And I'm going to think Robbe just came off a fantastic vacation post our visit to San Francisco with Solomon. So I'm guessing you're a little bit tired. I'm guessing we're going to hear some good stories too.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm still not back. I can still feel my body off. It was real bad for a few days, and then I'm still not quite there.
And it's weird because I normally don't get like jet lag, but I felt like on this trip, maybe it's what we did and how we did it in the short window.
We also came home at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
Same.
Got hammered hard.
I got home. I was also out there for longer, was staying up till 1 or 2 a.m. I think the last night I stayed up till 3 a.m.
West Coast time,
which is like basically dawn here. And then got home at 2 in the morning Friday.
And we just jumped right in. I forgot to tell people that what this podcast is about. So if you're listening for the first time or something, this is what you get. Like some random like conversation followed by some information about running, usually a little bit of a shoe review, and then an interview with somebody who's cooler than us.
Yep. This is the top running podcast ever. So you found the spot.
Good
Believe it or not.
Good for you. Anyway, so Robbe, let's get into it. It's going to be a little different this week because normally we talk about our running for the week. You were on vacation. We already talked about our beta breakers.
Right.
We can talk about our regular training.
I wasn't here last week.
But yeah, Robbe wasn't here. You might have heard Brandon on the show. He did an okay job filling in for you.
Yeah, I didn't listen.
Yeah, you were like, were you jealous?
I
don't want to hear.
I can't listen to someone taking
your chair,
my throne.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was good, but I think probably listeners now are invested in Robbe the Raccoon stories.
All right.
So let's go to the Raccoon Corner and hear some stories.
Okay, I actually do. I feel like since we've started going down the Raccoon Road, I feel like the stories attract themselves at this point.
Should we ask the audience at this point if you think that Robbe the Raccoon needs his own apparel and shirt line here at Believe in the Run, go ahead, leave a comment. And if we get 20 comments that people want a Robbe the Raccoon shirt, I will make this happen.
All right. And we'll lose money on it. But we'll make it.
What though? Somebody will find it in the garbage later and it'll fulfill the circle of life.
Okay, that makes sense.
As the financial person in this business, this is a terrible idea.
You need 100 people?
Yeah.
So I went to San Francisco with y'all and we had a great time. That was awesome. I wish I could have talked about it because it was a lot of fun. That was the first time.
I'm not holding you back. You want to say something?
I mean, we don't need to rehash what was on the podcast last week.
Well, we could kind of give a prequel or what do they call it? Like a teaser that there's a video coming out.
Oh.
That will cover
our trip.
Kind of like a wrap up of the entire weekend, which I look back on it. I almost got emotional because like when we're doing it, I get so caught up in like my head.
Yeah.
Like, we've got to do this for the client
almost,
and you got it.
It's almost hard to appreciate the moment because you're just so busy doing this thing and that next thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and sometimes I feel bad because I'm even like so in my head that's like, I remember a couple times during this trip, I made it a point, like when you and I were running across the Golden Gate Bridge. And I think about, where you came on with Believe in the Run and where we are now. It's grown quite a bit and the opportunities have grown and we're doing some of the things that we kind of dreamed about a few years ago. So it's exciting. And I did take a moment to be like,
to hold my hand.
Yeah. To comb his mustache.
We skipped across the Golden Gate Bridge holding hands. It was great.
They did.
That was
in the video.
That would have been for beta breakers or apropos.
We could have centipeded just two people without a cord.
Oh gosh. And so San Francisco was awesome. This is my first time out there. That was really cool. Just everything that we did was great. And then I left a day earlier than you guys and went to San Juan Islands, which is off the coast of Washington, and just with some friends for a birthday trip. And that was really cool.
I like that Jarrett thought that you were in Puerto Rico.
I know. He's like, he texted me. He's like, I didn't know San Juan's awesome. I was like, okay. Yeah. I was like, I didn't know you'd been there. And he's like, yeah, start talking about Puerto Rico. I'm like,
margaritas.
No, it was 55 degrees and off and on cloudy the whole time.
Go to the rum factory.
Yeah. But it was really cool, like beautiful Pacific Northwest scenery. Just the air felt like you're breathing for the first time, like an oxygen tank hooked up to
It's called crisp with no humidity.
Yeah.
With the salt coming off the ocean, eucalyptus trees adding in that like spa-like experience.
Yeah, it was, I guess there's more pines there. Yeah, the spruce, they have these like old growth trees that out there. It's like 600, 1,000 years old, like huge. It's crazy to see that. So hiking was great. I didn't actually do any running because so where our house was, it was like on this other side of a mountain,
like a holler.
It really was. It was kind of like a holler, but on the water. And so it was just like it would have been ridiculous to try and even run on the road. Plus, there's no shoulders there, and then just to trail run, I was like, I don't feel like driving 15 minutes to get to a trail, and then just spending hours away from my friends, like when they're here to hang out, which was fine, by the way, because we were having a good time doing everything else under the sun. So it was definitely a 0 week as far as like running activity.
But you were hiking and active and
well, where's the raccoon story?
Oh yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I just wanted to preface it by saying the San Juan Islands were awesome. If you ever get a chance to go, you should do it. But so
and charter a plane, right?
Yeah, that was probably one of the best parts, oddly enough. But I have to say, so they have these ferries that go between the islands, and you just like get on it's a huge ass ferry, like cars can drive on it and everything. And we took it over to this one other island called Friday, and it has a town called Friday Harbor. It's like very like Annapolis vibes, the classic like seaside town, or that like what's that place we went to, Woods Hole, like for
Falmouth?
For the Falmouth road race,
yeah.
But where it started,
So you take a half there?
You take a what?
A half?
Like what do you mean?
Huge ass ferry.
Oh my gosh. It's like the word. That's like one of the worst dad jokes I've ever heard. And anyways, so it was. There's no L there.
I said half.
Just half.
Half.
Anyways, so we're hanging out there. We went kayaking, and that was fun. But then we had like 3 hours to kill before the ferry came back. So we're just hanging out in town, and I was actually FaceTiming with my family, and out of the corner of my eye, there's like these 2 teenage girls walk up to a trash can, and I just hear one of like they throw something in, and she's like, oh no, I dropped. I just put I thought it was paper, and I threw in my $20 bill, and I'm like kind of paying attention to this.
You're like waiting for them to leave.
Well, right. So I'm like hoping they leave, just give it up. They're rich, have money, which they probably were, and just leave. Instead, they're fretting about it for way too long. And
like, how big is this garbage can?
So it's like a big, like a city can, but the thing, it had that cage around it, where there's like a door, and then, you know how they have those tops where you can't put like
a bear
large items in them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, so you can't put like a ton of stuff in it at once. And then she calls someone on the phone and is like, I threw my money in the trash can. I don't know how to get it out. And I'm like, I don't know, use your head, like try to figure out, like clearly they're emptying these trash cans.
Dude, these are impossible. Have you ever tried to get into a garbage can?
Yeah. And so
was there a guard around it?
No, there was just this. Anyways, so she keeps on going on about it, and it's driving me nuts because I'm trying to pay attention to the film call while at the same time thinking in my head, do I help these girls or do I wait till they leave so I could take the $20? And I was really on the fence about that but I also got the sense they weren't leaving anytime soon. And so finally I was like, I'll call you back. And I was like, all right, I'll get it out for you. And I was like, is there, like, does the top pull off? And they're like, no, it's like stuck. And I'm like, Okay, well, clearly, I look around the side. There's like a door there. I was like, there's a door. And she's like messing with the latch and like can't get it open. And it's like one of those pull latches.
Yeah.
And I was like, just push on it. And I'm like, and it opens. I'm like, for some reason, I pulled out the trash can for her. And I was like, here you go. And she like went grabbed the $20 and picked it out. And then I was like,
did you find like a whole bunch of other money in there?
No, I wish. And then I couldn't get it back in. And then I was like, they're just like looking at me. I'm like, can you help me? I just got you $20 out of the trash can. Oh, it's so annoying. And then at that point, I wish I would have just took the money.
Yeah.
But anyways,
so you didn't even get a thanks?
Like a mild thanks. It took them a couple like.
Did they think you worked for the city?
No.
Did you have a ranger costume on?
I didn't. I probably did look a little homeless.
So moral of the story is don't help the teenage girls.
Yeah, right. The moral story when opportunity presents itself. Take
you
it.
just deposited to Robbe the raccoon.
Yeah. That was like.
That's a weird thing. Stories. Cash. Like,
right.
Who carries cash? I get almost angry when I go to a business and they're like cash only.
Cash, yeah.
Well, I felt bad because, when you're traveling, you still have people to tip and whatnot. And I always forget to bring cash.
Right.
And I'm like, luckily, so my friends had some, but it was just, it's always annoying.
That's the thing, though. I saw this guy posted something on Instagram. It's like, as soon as I see an iPad at a counter, I know I'm about to tip for something I used to never tip
right.
for.
That is crazy.
And it is now. Like, you feel like a douchebag if you don't at least hit like 15%.
Right.
Like stuff that you never ever tipped on.
Well, when all this tipping craze started in the beginning, I was working at a fireworks tent, and it was for actually it's coming up on that time of year. So
you got to get your boys involved.
Yeah, that would be
like if you set up like a little stand in Brewers Hill with your boys selling it, like instead of lemonade.
Yeah,
they'd make a mint.
Oh, for sure. That's not a bad idea. But I was running this fireworks tent with my friend, and it's just hot. It's right before July 4th, and we're just bored all day because you sit there all day. You have to protect the tent at night, so you had to sleep there at night.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which that's why if you ever drive past any of those tents, there's people sleeping inside them.
Oh, that's so weird.
And we just slept we had the band van with bunk beds and whatever, so we just like park it outside and leave the doors open and just sleep in there.
Could you just put the fireworks in the van?
No, it's like a huge tent. Like,
okay.
There's huge tents you see along the road.
All right.
Like we had to set up the whole tent.
I guess I haven't seen enough fireworks.
Dude, they're like 100 feet long. They're
huge.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you have a gun or
take
anything?
Take some time to go in.
What happens if you're sleeping and someone just comes and snatches all your goods?
It just is what it is, and then I think you're held liable for it.
You're on the line.
Yeah, I mean, so like we're in not a terrible area or anything, so it wasn't a big deal. But every night we would just drink at the tent, and then have our friends come over and just play like wiffle ball in the parking lot and stuff.
And you wouldn't light any of them off? Like I would think that would be the danger of working at a fireworks tent.
No, well, they weren't good. It was just snakes and sparklers. It wasn't good. It wasn't the Husker do's or Husker don'ts. And so we were just working there, and we're like, might as well put out a tip jar just to see, like just to get beer money. And you wouldn't believe people who tip. We're doing nothing to deserve a tip. We're working at a fireworks tent.
Well, you feel guilted into doing it.
That's the thing. It's some of these things. It's like I'll go get a coffee someplace. They'll hand me a cup to go fill my own coffee, and they'll flip the thing around, and it'll be like tip. And you'd be like,
public shaming.
Like, yeah, you didn't do anything. I'm gonna go pour my own coffee.
Yeah.
But
we get like $25 in a day, and that's good enough to buy beer for sure. So.
But I do think other like hotel. Like you're supposed to tip every time they clean your room. Like you're supposed to leave a tip at the end and stuff like that. I mean,
I like if I try to if I have cash, but I always forget that I don't have cash. And I feel so bad.
And then you're like, well, I'm leaving town anyway.
Yeah, so then I just leave a pair of running shorts.
Here's a pair of Alpha Fly. See you later.
Or my MacBook charger.
Yeah. Actually, they probably do pretty well when you leave. Like Brandon was saying that you had to bring your shoes back and a charger.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. But
did he bring shoes back for me?
I think, yeah, it's your Phantasms. the CLA,
Oh,
because we used him in the show last.
Wonder
week.
why I had some more room in my bag. Kind of glad I left them there.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways,
so overall, like rating like your trip up to the San Juan Islands, which are off the coast of the Pacific Northwest, not the ones that are down the Caribbean.
Right.
You overall like. Well,
yeah, 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Would not do it again because there's other places I want to see, but you should do it once.
All right. And there's a reason that you spent the extra time there and had some friends that were willing to spend their cash to spend some time there with you.
Turned 40. Yeah.
New age group. So what happened to your Boston qualifier time?
So it's 3:10 right now.
It's 3:10.
Yeah.
When?
Like it's 3:10, like for 40 years old. 3:10.
Yeah. What was it right before that? 3:05 you would have had?
Yeah.
I mean, an extra 5 minutes.
That's a nice cush.
1 minute per year seems like not enough.
It's not. I think, and especially for a woman who's 40, I think they can run a 3:40 or something like that.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes.
30 minutes. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like of all the fast women we know, and we know tons of fast women, like I feel like it's almost like if you train at all, I don't want to say that because there's probably some people that are training really hard and missing, but it seems.
Well, I feel like
doable.
We get jaded because there's so many fast women that we know that I just look at them as the same level as us.
Yeah.
So
or faster. Like I look at most of the women that run with us.
Well, I mean,
can drop a 3:05 and below easily.
But I see no difference of like gender. Do you know what I mean? It's just like
why should they have a 30-minute buffer when they can run as fast as us?
Well, no, I mean I get that, but I forget about it because of the people.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. Like I don't look at the people that run with us and go, oh, they're women. They need to be or get an extra like buffer. That most of them are strong runners. So I'm like,
it's crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
I did stab my hand with an oyster knife though, because I was.
You didn't have the little mesh. Dude,
I was like 6 beers in and I was trying to shuck oysters.
So if you were holding a knife and doing nothing, you probably would have stabbed yourself.
Yeah. And then I burned my hand on
fire.
I was in a you know how said I was in the brain fog? Well, my car battery died and I was went to charge it and I was just like not thinking. Oh no. And I did
you got an electrical burn?
I did the opposites.
Oh no.
Oh.
And which like I've charged my battery, trust me, like hundreds of times. It's the first time it's ever happened. I was just like not paying attention. So I hooked up the negative, the positive, and reverse. Mm-hmm. So it basically caught on fire.
Ouch.
Like the battery.
So you didn't get the electrical shock. You got
no. It's just fire. Like I had to put it like pull the clamps off quick. And I burned my hand. So I had like these redneck like crucifixion marks, like oyster.
What is that called? The Eucharist?
And like a freaking.
Wait, what do you call it?
It's stigmata.
Stigmata, that's it. Yeah. I said Eucharist. That's the body of Christ, right?
I will say I'm surprised how quick an oyster stabbing heals. I think it's the salt water.
Yeah. It could be the salt water or all the alcohol.
All right. Believe it or not, this is about running. Yeah. So I'm done. That was longer than usual.
Yeah, I wasn't here for
right
now. Weeks. Somebody's running and they're enjoying.
Good stories.
They're just floating off. And they're not thinking about their pace or anything. So it's like,
I hope they're not thinking about anything else.
Yeah, exactly. So, but to get to it, Meg, like, how's training going? What's going on with you as far as running? What'd you do this week?
This week, well, I just did a workout this morning, which went pretty well. Wasn't really thinking too much about it, just getting back into running. The next thing I'll be doing is super fun. We're going to the Baltimore 10 miler, not this weekend, but the following one. And I am the charity chaser, which means I start dead last and then run as fast as I can, trying to pass as many people as I can. And for every person I pass, Corrigan, which is the people who put on the race, are going to donate $1 to the Signal 13 Foundation.
And potentially, you could pass thousands of people.
That's the goal.
How many people run the race?
About 4,500, 5,000, maybe.
Yeah.
I actually think this would be fun, and maybe it's a time where there's no charity involved, but we take our running crew and we're like, okay, everybody, we start at the end and then see how many people we can pass and like have clickers and see how many people each of us actually pass and have, instead of the time to finish the race, it's based on how many people you
Well,
pass.
I guess you wouldn't need a clicker though. You
No,
could
they
just
have
say
chip time.
yeah, because you could
Bibs.
say
That's true. So it would matter the time and the people pass, but it would be cool
yeah.
to just kind of see.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm excited. Never done anything like this before, so
Yeah,
That'll be cool.
You know what's also going to be cool, Robbie?
What?
The Asics van is going to be out there, and they're going to be like doing a cheer station. Brandon's going to be taking like photos and stuff. So if you see the van, get ready for a photo op from Believe in the Run, and we don't charge you for photos. So
well, what mile is that? Like 7?
it's going to be in 2 places because it has an out and back.
Oh, that's right.
So it's going to be like 2.5 and 7, I think, is the spot they're looking at right now, which would be on 30. It's 33rd Street that goes out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be on 33rd Street near I was saying near the YMCA, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll see it. I think this van opens up and does like
a transformer.
Yeah. And speaking of which, we're going to be in New York. What day with the van?
We will be up in New York on June 1st, which is Global Running Day. We'll be doing an event out of Fleet Feet
on
running.
Columbus Avenue, New York City.
And that'll be at 6 p.m. that evening.
Are we doing? I'm not gonna ask because it'll look like I have no idea what's going on.
Go ahead.
Are we doing like a run?
We're doing a run.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a run with Fleet Feet. 6 p.m. You know I love my night running, and I'll be asleep.
Asics will be printing T-shirts, I think.
I think they're doing something. There'll be some giveaways. There'll be some shoe demos. There'll be a celebration for Global Running Day. Of course, we will be there to get hyped.
And it's sort of like
the kickoff.
The kickoff to our journey to Worlds in Eugene.
Yeah. So it's the start. The band's going to be all decked out with Worlds graphics. It's going to be pretty cool. And then we get back to Baltimore eventually. So they'll do the race here. And then we're going to have our Grit Summer Party kickoff, which is going to be insane.
Yeah.
Robbie, give them the rundown.
Okay. So it's at Mobtown Brewing, which is in Baltimore. It's like in our neighborhood, like where we actually live.
Brewers Hill, oddly enough.
Yeah. And it's going to be basically a block party.
Closing the street
down, having a cover band there, like a 90s, early 2000s cover band.
Phantasm.
Yeah. That is crazy that it's Phantasm.
Isn't it?
And we're going to have, so there's a beer for the event. What's
2
it
beers.
called?
We're going to have Crispy Boy and Sour Girl.
Oh, dude, that sounds so good.
And they're what they are. One's a light, like low ABV,
like a Pilsner
like a
or something.
4.8.
Yeah.
And the other one's a sour. It's not going to be one of those sugary sours. It's going to be more like a crisp sour. He's taking a lot of the, it's going to be more like the crispy sour, not the...
I got you. Not like a heavy,
not like
not a heavy
milkshake.
fruity sour. Yeah.
Good summer drinks.
Yeah. Like
I
a salty kind of,
Nate
tart
doesn't
sour.
like beer that much. I think that
I'll try 'em.
you'll like the Sour Girl. And we're doing custom labels for the cans, Robbie. So I'll show this to you. I got them
I saw
upstairs.
the one design.
Yeah. And so I just mocked up Sour Girl.
Sweet.
And I think it's going to be cool, like to have our own grit cans.
And there's going to be free food, like burgers.
Some fuzzies.
And a vegetarian offer.
Okay. So, but you do need your RSVP, right?
Yeah, you do need to RSVP. You can find that link pretty much anywhere you follow us.
Yeah.
Or we'll put it in the description
And
if I remember.
Yeah.
If you RSVP, Robbie, you get one of these bracelets.
Oh, wow. I believe rubber band.
Yeah,
bracelet.
pretty much.
Like a road ID bracelet?
No, the
Yeah.
road ID does not come with it. That's
Yeah,
Thomas
I put that on.
But it's this, your road ID badge could go on it?
Yeah, you can put your road ID. I put my road ID badge on it, but it's just one of those black rubber wristbands.
Yeah.
But it has Believe
Dude, now I'm
engraved
mad
in it.
because I just ordered a road ID like last week, but I
Didn't get this size.
no, I got the like the nylon one, which now I regret.
I don't like the nylon one. You know why?
Mother.
You may not have this problem. I have the problem. It smells.
I figured that was gonna happen. That's
Yeah.
how the chorus band, the Pace 2, like the original one.
Yeah, it just stinks.
Damn.
You know what? There's always a deal on road IDs. You
Well,
can
that's
get
why
like
I did it
$5
because it was
off.
$20 off for the
Okay.
Baltimore 10 miler. They gave you
Yeah.
$20 off.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if I use mine. I can.
I'm sure you can find someone who can send you another one
Yeah.
as well. But speaking of grit, before all of this, we're actually launching registration for Summer Grit, which will be this Monday, which is Memorial Day.
I can't believe it's already that
we have a
time.
special deal for the first day. It's the lowest price to get in.
I like those interesting accents.
Did you know that they're doing another Spinal Tap?
I did know that. Yeah.
How exciting is that?
pretty
We might have
exciting.
to take off of work and go see that.
Goes to 12.
Yeah.
I'd be into that.
Cocoon.
So anyway, Grit
Yeah.
for opening day, $39. What do you get, Thomas?
I'm actually wearing the black crushable hat that we had that was so popular we sold out of it. And so what we did is we went back and made more of these, but we switched it up. It's all white this time.
Also, that hat was worn by Molly Seidel.
Yes, Molly Seidel. Molly Seidel, Olympic champion, like all around
Awesome
personality.
person.
Yeah, like cool chica. But it's going to be white, and then we have a black rock and roll style t-shirt with the Summer Grit logo on it. And then we also have, a koozie, because you have to keep your cans cold in the summer.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have like fun stuff going on. We're going to repost your stories, all the stuff that we normally do. And then we're thinking an event that's going to happen in Baltimore. Maybe you can replicate it wherever you are, but we're going to have a ludicrous relay in the park where it's basically like a 1/10 of a mile loop, Robbie, that we're going to have from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. that you run that loop, and the teams will see whoever has the most. And I think we'll have to come up with a special prize for that.
What are you officially going to call it?
I like Eye of Sauron.
Yeah,
Are you down with it?
Yeah, I think it's good.
It's going to be called Eye of Sauron. If you look at it like on the Strava map, it actually looks like an eyeball.
Yeah,
it's a 1/10 of a mile in a circle.
Yeah.
That sounds really horrible.
It would be a good way to get a lot of grit miles.
It will.
And die.
And Robbie, we're going to set up our little tent. We'll get the little table. We'll have the coolers there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fun day. We'll have to figure out on the calendar which day that is.
All right.
But yeah, Grit is back.
So yeah, if you want to register or learn more, just go to believeintherun.com/grit. And you can find out all the information, but registration will open 9 a.m. Memorial Day.
And we will have badges this year, but we're doing them all digital just because I don't think, like, it was a nightmare for us to figure out how many miles you ran and put in the right badges.
And some of you didn't upload your miles, and then you're upset if you went over what you said you were going to do, and it was a
didn't
whole
get the
thing.
patches.
It was a little, it was crazy.
Yeah, so if you upload your miles, you'll get your digital badge. You can add it into your social media or anything like that. Consider it an NFT, but without the token part.
Dude, did you hear something about like Seth Green? He had this company, and he had these NFTs that were all like stolen, and apparently they're worth a ton of money, and he lost it all.
How do you steal an NFT?
It was like a hack. It was some sort of hack.
I don't even want to talk about this.
So the way that stuff gets stolen is if someone can access your wallet. So, and which one's Seth Green?
So he's the guy like from Austin Powers.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, it says someone stole Seth Green's Bored Ape, which was supposed to be a star in his like new TV show, and it was this is very confusing, but it was an NFT that basically was stolen, and now he can't get it back.
I mean, that is a crazy cool thing, though. Like, if he had it, if you own one of those, I guess you own the rights to use that image in any way you want. So he's creating a cartoon. He's also had that. What was that show he used to do that was really weird with the stop motion toys and stuff like that?
Yeah, I forget.
Anyway, yeah. So all sorts of stuff, but there'll be badges, and pretty much the theme is rock and roll this time. So you're going to start off garage band, move up to.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay.
Just look at the website.
Yeah, check out the website.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else? We should talk about shoe, I guess.
Yeah.
We only have like.
I'll just cover my running. I've been running. It's cool. Yeah. I like it.
I
still love running. But yeah, let's get into the glide ride.
No, for real, we didn't talk about your running.
I pretty much summed it up. That was pretty cool. It's basic training.
It's hot.
Now.
I mean, you can talk about how hot it's summer. It got smacked us in the face on Saturday.
Saturday was ridiculous, but I am learning. I am growing as a person. Mm-hmm. Like, I was just like, I'm not going to try to muscle through this. I'm just going to take it easy and have a nice, easy run. So I took Saturday really nice and easy. I ran with Jarrett.
Yeah.
And I I didn't care about the pace. I was just like, I just need to acclimate to the heat.
Mm-hmm.
But what was nice today for my workout, nice and cool.
Oh, great. Yeah,
And the
great
humidity was gone. It was super nice. And I ran by your kid's school and I was like, I wonder if Robbie's going to be doing his run to the school today and running back.
Oh, I did. Yep.
All right.
As always. I didn't track it today because I'm like, it's the same Strava map every day. I hate when people do that.
Yeah, but I like having the miles at the end of the year.
I know.
And they don't mean anything like the
You're
next
gonna
year goes
you're gonna
by.
count them during July. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
Yeah, you will.
absolutely. 100%.
All right, so let's get into the Asics Glideride 3. A super nice update. Asics is just hitting it out of the park right now.
I have to say this might be the Asics year. I think like 2 years ago it was like Saucony, last year's New Balance.
Yeah.
Asics might have finally taken the spot.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen our Instagram. Everybody's stealing the pictures, so even if you haven't been to our Instagram, you can probably see the pictures on other people's account. But we took pictures of the Nova Blast 3.
Mm-hmm. Which Brandon's the only one who got it, so we're not going to really talk about it right now. Plus, it doesn't come out till September, but it'll make an appearance.
We'll all get it, and I'm excited from Brandon's first impression to get it. But you can watch the first impression on YouTube.
But so they had the Joe Nimbus 24, great shoe. Joe Nimbus Light 2 or 3 or whatever, great shoe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like every shoe's been pretty solid. Then we had the Glideride 3.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones that I would say haven't been like bangers for me are probably the Evo Ride and the Noosa. There's just not a big update to them. It's slightly softer upper, but it's just it's not that they're bad. It's just not as exciting as this. But this guy is turning into something.
I mean, honestly, that layer of Flight Foam Blast plus it really just made it a new shoe.
It feels so good.
Megan actually wore this yesterday. Megan, I can always tell when you love a shoe because you wear it on the days where you don't have to review something else. And so if I see you wearing a shoe that
and after I've reviewed it, like the video's done, like I'm really done with the review, but I enjoy it so much. I'm still putting it on, lacing it up.
Yeah. What is it about this one that does that for you?
I think I love it's. First of all, it's just really comfortable. Like I said, that addition of the Flight Foam Blast Plus makes it softer. So the Flight Foam beneath it gives you a little bit of a firmer feel. So that combination gives you a little bit of like support, but also it's really comfortable. And then you have like that rocker geometry. And
what are the glide sole?
And the glide sole.
Yeah.
I just really love it.
It's called Glide Sole?
Guide sole.
Oh,
Guide
sole.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's so many glides.
I thought there was
guides.
like a new... I mean,
anyway, this does have a TPU plate in it, and I think that what I like about the shoe is you really do get that soft feeling on landing because of the Flight Foam Blast Plus underneath your foot. But the plastic plate and the Flight Foam underneath that's a little firmer still makes the shoe feel pretty stable and can roll through your stride. The upper is like we say, it's your basic Asics upper, Robbie.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really different there.
Yeah, but
it's always good upper.
What would you recommend this shoe for, Meg?
Recovery runs, easy days, even maybe like a longer, slow run. I mean, it's a max cushion shoe, so you can go long distances. I'm not going to go do a speed work in it or tempo, but any easy days.
I feel like this is the shoe, though, if someone's just running and getting miles and they just want to have an enjoyable running experience, this is the shoe.
For sure.
Well, who would you put it up against? What other shoes? I mean, I think it's kind of max cushion.
Like
so
Bondi X? No?
Perhaps. Yeah, I could see similar purposes.
I'd say the new, is it the Glide Max from Solomon? I would say that's in there. Just that really nice soft cushion daily trainer.
I'd say Skechers Max Road.
Ooh.
Similar vibe because it has a rocker.
And a little bit of plate.
Push.
And that's one of Robbie's favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only run in this shoe actually one time, but that time was really nice.
That one time was the best run ever.
It was awesome.
I've been wanting to get it back out, but it's so stacked with shoes. It's annoying.
Yeah, we have a lot to review right now.
That sounds like the lamest complaint.
Everyone
so stacked with shoes, it's annoying.
So bad for
but
you.
it is, when you find a shoe that you really love, sometimes you want to get 100 miles in it, and we just can't do that.
And I do feel like this shoe is, like Meg said, the day after, like I might pop this one on after today's workout.
Yep.
Although like today's workout wasn't that long, but it's still nice.
Maybe in during grit I can catch up and.
Ooh, this would be a great grit shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good point, Robbie.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So Robbie, we love Deckers X.
Yeah.
Is there a shoe that we've gotten from Deckers X that we're not like, this feels really nice?
Nope. I don't think so. Every Deckers X, well, I guess it's Deckers X Lab technically. Yeah. You shortened it to make it cooler. The
DX.
They've been amazing. And so Jean-Luc Diard, founder of Hoka, creator of the parabolic skis.
Yeah, worked at Salomon. He's one of the people on the team for shape skis, parabolic skis. We owe a ton to this guy just for like all his innovation in sport.
And so Deckers X Lab, which we'll talk about, they're the innovation lab for Hoka, Teva, and Sanuk. And so
I like how everything you just said sounded like a different language.
Yeah. And basically it is
Teva Sanuk.
Teva Sanuk Hoka.
That's like Klingon.
At least I didn't say the one.
I know.
And so yeah, we were really excited to talk to him about everything.
Yeah, and they have a shoe coming out that we can't even talk about.
Deckers
actually is going to cross over into
be the best Hoka
stuff.
shoe.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, I'm actually wearing it right now, Robbie. I can't show the camera, but
all right.
Yeah. All right. Cheers. Enjoy this interview.